you ready to go?
All right, so this is going to be kind of a recap then of what we did for Manhole and his internship. Let's hear it.
All right, July 6, 2006.
Okay.
Today I arrived early to learn the basics of the station. Chunks taught me a little bit about phone screening, as well as the do's and don'ts of speaking on the air. During the show...
Mostly don't for you.
During the show...
The do's and don'ts? Is that what you said?
No, I said do's and don'ts.
My bad. Right. I misheard you.
All right, during the show, the host, El Jefe, introduced me as Manhole. This is my new radio name.
Oh, Christ.
I was offered a challenge for me to change my nickname. This would involve a series of on-air contests against the other intern, Jack Napier. The contest for tonight was a debate over which is more important, the internet or TV. I won the debate, and I am ahead in the contest by 3 points.
All right, that doesn't sound so bad other than the fact that we named you Manhole. All right, what's your next one?
All right, 7/13/2006.
July 13th.
Yep. I arrived at the station today to find Napier playing with some self-waxing strips for hair removal. Napier showed the strips to Jefe, which gave him an idea for our next challenge. Jefe decided this would be our last challenge, and if I lost, my name would remain Manhole. The challenge was a quiz-off. We had to answer the questions about the history of the Hideout. If we answered a question incorrectly, we had to wax our bodies with one of the wax strips. I failed miserably, waxing both of my sideburns, my chest, my legs, and my nipples.
Oh, God! This is in your report to college?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
I had to be truthful. I couldn't lie to a professor.
The phrase "and my nipples" should never be in
Yeah! I don't think that goes anywhere in your documentation. All right, what's the next entry?
All right. July 14th, 2006. Now that the nickname rename challenge was over, I could really focus on learning. I screened phones a lot more than usual tonight and began to get the hang of it. During open door, my girlfriend showed up and they made fun of me in front of her.
Yeah.
That's every night.
Yeah, she's here now and we can't wait till you leave town. All right, and people are continuing on Real TV to post the caption bubbles. Have you seen, Dubs, what's going on?
Yes, I think the new one is Asian Boys Yum.
Let's go ahead and isolate that. We'll go ahead and isolate that one.
I like their gills.
All right, let me... Jesus, man.
What?
All right, let me hear more. It's the Hideout Road Radio 104.1 saying goodbye to our intern Manhole. And he is writing... This is actually the report you turned in to your professor about your time here in the Hideout.
Yes.
All right, let me hear what you got next.
All right. This one is from July 27th, 2006. Jefe wanted a unique way to give away the midget wrestling tickets, so he asked me and Napier to come up with some sort of stunt for us to do that listeners could bet on to win tickets. This was an exercise of our radio creativity skills.
Oh, no.
We eventually came up with a very unique idea. Because little people have tiny sausage-like fingers, we bobbed for little sausages in a bucket of hot sauce water. People made bets on who would get the most in a certain amount of time. If they won the bet, they won the tickets. It ended up being very funny, and we gave all the tickets away.
This sounds like the Abu Ghraib rundown. Just complete abuse. You didn't happen to throw into that little thing about you drinking throw-up.
That's the one thing that I left out.
Thanks, appreciate that.
I could just see the advisors making copies of these and passing them around the office, laughing their asses off.
And then calling Catherine, what's going on down there in Orlando? All right, give me another one of these.
All right,
it's the Hideout Road Radio 104.1.
All right.
The Manhole Diaries.
We'll go back a little bit, back to July 7th, 06.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
During the show, I continued my challenge. Today's challenge was a pogo stick jumping contest. The catch was we had to wear electric dog collars while bouncing. Jefe would shock us to make it harder to bounce. The point system this time depended on number of bounces. I lost and was down in the contest by 113 points.
And I wouldn't tell them what the terrorist camp was.
Dubs, are you a little ashamed of what we do to the interns?
No.
Did you take a
I think
look
we're
back?
too light on them.
Are we getting soft?
We are.
What's next there, Manhole?
All right. Today we did a live broadcast from the Midget Wrestling Show. During the broadcast, before the midgets came out, Jefe made me and Napier hit each other with chairs. Then one of the midgets came out yelling at Jefe because he didn't want us to mess up the chairs. He cursed over the air and they had to dump it back at the station. Then, during the show, they were cursing so much that we had to go out to do the broadcast. Everyone was getting annoyed with the midgets. We ended up cutting the broadcast at 10 instead of 11.
Again, interns hitting with the chairs.
Midgets.
Yeah, give me a couple more of these. I really do feel guilty, like somehow we just abuse these kids. Do you feel like you've learned anything?
Yeah, I learned a lot.
All right, well,
Did you write any of that in there?
No, I have a whole
guys.
I have a whole nother essay. The actual essay talks about what I learned and everything.
Okay, they just put the Star of David on Manhole.
You gotta paint it yellow.
Yes, Misfit Matt.
Can we have your old paper? Because we still wouldn't keep writing stuff for you right now.
Don't put a
plenty of
number.
paper, everybody.
Don't put a number on it.
Come on, guys. You can make cheap jokes, but don't make Holocaust jokes.
Yeah, it's a heretics. The Hideout Row Radio 104.1. I like where you draw the line on the stereotype.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
All right, give me a couple more of these. The Manhole Diaries.
Okay. In light of a conversation about salespeople and the actions of a certain salesperson at the station, El Jefe and J-Dubs decided that the interns should have a sell-off to see who was the best salesperson. The point of this was to teach us how to sell, because selling is often a big part of radio. Since it was such a hot night, they decided we should sell hot chocolate to really test our skills. We went to an outdoor shopping plaza. A lot of drama occurred, and me and the other intern C-Lane formed an alliance against the intern Napier. However, I was really the only one trying to sell and ended up winning. The losers had to drink Wendy's Frosties with hot sauce mixed in. I also learned how to do the podcasting.
Side note.
By the way,
I learned something today.
hey, that bit sounded much better on paper than it did on the air.
Yeah.
Ironically. They always sound good on paper, and then you guys execute them and they suck.
What's the new one?
Why don't you go ahead and read that one? It says Manhole prefers to be a bottom. So the boys continue, the heretics continue to post little, Alright, they just made a Star of David out of electric tape. Guys, what's wrong with y'all? And someone just made
Not a yarmulke. This is a piece of paper.
Alright.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's gotta be blue.
We call them heretics for a reason, in case you're wondering. Alright, one final one. Is that all of them?
Yeah, that's all.
Alright, that's all.
Want to move to the essay?
There's an essay
Is
too?
it long, or...?
Well, the essay is what actually talks about what I learned and everything.
I circled certain parts that he should
Alright, just read the certain parts that Tommy highlighted.
Alright. Here's one part about learning, like what I learned and everything.
Okay.
I learned more in my first 2 weeks than I could have ever imagined. I learned how to screen phone calls, upload audio for podcasting, edit audio. I even made a short promo track that was played on the air. I also learned how to get water for the host. This is an extremely valuable skill that I will never forget. I also became very skilled at picking up others' trash from off of the ground. I became proficient at this quickly.
You taught them all of that.
We're such asses. I have this thing that I do, and I want to see how good you're at it. It makes me feel powerful when I crumple up paper and then just throw it on the ground. And then I would time them to see. And there he is. He's hopping up, and he's going over to get the paper. I guess it works. By the way, man. All right, put the camera on Bong Swap Matt. Bong Swap if you go to Real TV on RealRadio.fm, he has just made the
Civic Jewish.
sideburn thingies that they're called. Oh God!
There should be a dude. There should be a dude above that.
Yeah, put a dude in front of that. That is, the new sign was, dude, where's my foreskin? What's wrong with y'all?
Do you want to hear the one, serious part at the end of the essay?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we abused you, so I would like to hear the real, how we're not complete animals.
Alright, this is the last paragraph of my essay.
Okay.
Alright. And the title of the essay is Being Somebody.
No.
Shucks.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Although I became knowledgeable in all the technical aspects of radio broadcasting, what I really learned, what I will never forget, was not technical at all. El Jefe, J-Dubs, Chunks, Tommy, and Matt Albert, they all taught me a little bit about myself. They taught me how to overcome my nervous habits. They made me realize I was capable of doing things beyond the ordinary. When I was younger, I was never one of those kids who would eat the ham sandwich off the floor. I was never the kid who would skateboard off a flight of stairs. I've always lived a pretty laid-back lifestyle. Nothing too crazy, nothing really out there. I was just a plain old kid. You could almost say I was a nobody. However, during my internship at the Hideout, I came out of my shell. I did things I never thought I could do. I got tasered. I stuck my head in a bucket of hot sauce.
Jesus.
I even got somewhat electrocuted.
You kissed a dude on the neck, too, don't remember that.
And you drank throw up.
Yeah. It sounds immature, maybe even childish. But doing these things was very important for me as a person, as well as my career. I learned how to take risks. I transformed into a much more powerful and energetic individual. I became somebody.
Oh, there he is, Manhole. Alright, and don't forget, Manhole also did this.
Gators Dockside is pretty much the greatest restaurant in the world. We got 10 Central Florida locations, and you can find the one near you by visiting GatorsDockside.com. They have the best wings around. Monday night is a wing night. That means all you can eat wings for $7. That means you buy a plate of wings, and when you're done, you get some more. The process repeats and repeats all night long. Now, since Gators is a family atmosphere, kids eat free. Tuesday night is kids night. Plus, we got face painting, clowns, the works. We'll see you later at Gators. www.GatorsDockside.com.
And now here's Pillow Pants by comparison. This is he who learned the most.
Hooters has everything. Planes, casinos, hotels, magazines, the world-famous Hooters girls, and 7 Orlando locations near you. This is one of the 7 Orlando Hooters locations with nearly famous wings, salads, seafood, sandwiches, and much more. They have 25-cent wings on Thursdays and $5 pitchers of Sam Adams on Fridays. Give a hoot. Don't drink and drive. We'll see you at Hooters.
At least we were successful on one end. All right, well, let's take a break. We'll come back. I guess you have presents for us?
Yeah, I got you guys some little gifts, to thank you for helping me so much.
Wow.
Merry Hanukkah.
I like that. The Hideout Row Radio.